Reverse intermittent fasting part 2 to really drop a lot of body fat. Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Alessi, author of Lose Fat Forever, the Bermuda Triangle Diet, host of Live It Fit Now, and contributor for USA Today. And I had a lot of questions that came out regarding the video I put out last week that was about reverse intermittent fasting. Reverse intermittent fasting is a great way, in fact, I think the best way to drop body fat and get in great shape. That being said, a lot of questions came up, and the first question that came up is, I'm finding it more difficult to do intermittent fasting in reverse than traditional intermittent fasting. Can you explain, Dr. Derek? The answer is yes, and it's not that it's more difficult, and I do want to say this. I talked about this during the last video, but traditional intermittent fasting is eating during one period throughout the day and no other times. In fact, I mentioned that I do not recommend it, and I do not teach it to my private clientele. Number two, there is a beginning phase of intermittent fasting, which is 2 periods throughout the day that you would eat and then nothing else. I also don't teach that. Lastly, almost every type of intermittent fasting or fasting regime has you skipping breakfast. Now, I do want to say that if you do your strength training in the morning, especially fasted before you've consumed any food, you will burn more fat and you will do it better. You'll produce more ketones, your liver won't be full, and you will burn more fat throughout the workout. On days that you do not do your strength training workout, you certainly can't have breakfast. So if it seems like it's more difficult, the answer is it depends. If you're a person that typically likes to do your strength training in the morning, I would do that first and then eat. If you're a person that doesn't do strength training, I highly encourage you to do the right kind of strength training. Number two is on non-strength training days, you could have breakfast in the morning. For some people though, if their blood sugar is fluctuating throughout the day, they're going to crave more at the end of the day, and I think that's what a lot of people feel. So with my private clients, and a big part of what I do is we work on their nutrition to make sure that they're eating the right things. Once you go 2 to 3 days without eating after dinner, and by keeping your blood sugar level nice and stable throughout the day, you will not crave as much at the end of the day, and you will not find it any more difficult than just skipping breakfast. Another big question that came up was, is there anything I could eat after dinner? And the answer is not really. I don't want you consuming anything that's going to change your blood sugar level after dinner. For most people, if you eat your final meal at 6 p.m., go to bed between 9, 10, 11, something like that, but try to go at least 3, maybe 4 hours after you have had something to eat. And the reason why isn't for what you think. It's good because your growth hormone will go up while you're sleeping because your body does want to repair and recuperate better. It kicks in this primal instinct where it reverts us back to caveman times where your body feels as though in the morning, if you've had nothing to eat, you better sleep better to repair your muscle tissue, which is a good thing. Sleep improves. Your frequency of waking up throughout the night decreases, and you wake up more energetic in the morning, all of which I recommend. Now, if you needed to consume something other than water, and if you really wanted to turbocharge your fat loss, I highly encourage fish oil. Fish oil, especially when you're eating well and doing your training, is like rocket fuel for fat burning, weight loss, body fat loss, without question. It doesn't work in a vacuum. It doesn't work if you're not eating well. It doesn't work if you're eating things that are high in glucose or high in glycemic index fluctuation. But when you are eating well, it has a -5 glycemic index. Measured against my blood sugar, when I take this on an empty stomach, my blood sugar goes down, which is a great thing. It's one of the only things that will lower your blood sugar level. I find it about a -5, other people -3. I've heard as much as -10. It kind of depends. What I do want to caution you on is fish oil, which is a fantastic oil, must be cold pressed. If it's not cold pressed, the omega-3 fats are not going to be as good. In fact, in many situations, you're probably reading about this online, that it's hitting a smoke point or a flash point and the oil itself becomes carcinogenic or cancer causing. That's most of the fish oil on the market. So if you're reading that fish oil can increase your risk of certain types of cancers, that's the reason why, which is most fish oil. cold pressed oil, which is very similar to prescription fish oil. In fact, this version is even stronger than prescription without prescription, will lower your blood sugar, and it's the right omega-3 fats that will help your cells repair without any carcinogenic risk. In fact, it will help your health and lower your risk of cancer, and also in the here and now, help you burn more body fat and lower your pounds of fat on the scale. So if you wanted to have something, and I know it's not the same as having a banana or a piece of chocolate cake, but having fish oil, once you're doing the right things, can really help out a lot. And the third question that I'm getting quite a bit is, how many meals should I eat throughout the day? The answer is it depends. I work with a lot of people that are between 35 and about 75 years of age. People that are working, people that are busy, people that have a job, people that want to make sure that they're in tip-top shape and have the right type of lifestyle. Very energetic, very lean, has the appearance and the look that they want, but also extremely healthy. For somebody that's that active, probably 3 up to 4 times per day. Now, it does depend on your activity level, and it does depend upon how many hours that you are awake. When I meet with people during a private fat loss and fitness consultation, we need to break all of that down. What time are you waking up? What time are you going to bed? How active are you throughout the day? What foods do you enjoy? What foods do you like? Which will you eat? What won't you eat? How often can you consume beverages? What do supplements look like? There's a lot to it. I don't want to get into it too much detail right now. If you're interested in doing a private fat loss and fitness consultation, we're going to break all of those things down and really get to work to help you get in great shape. But otherwise, my information or my message to you would be, eat probably 3 or 4 times throughout the day. Nothing after dinner other than cold pressed fish oil. And if you do that with intermittent fasting in reverse, you are going to drop a lot of body fat. So fasting, is it good? It depends. I do recommend, though, if you're going to do it in reverse. I'm Dr. Derek Alessi, asking you to make the most of your life and live it fit.